Welcome, everybody. I'm Joe from the Game House. Today we'll be doing a Denver Broncos 2025 NFL mock draft. The Broncos are up in our 2025 NFL mock draft series here at the Game House. We'll be doing a mock draft for every NFL team before free agency and then also after free agency before the 2025 NFL draft. We'll be using the NFL mock draft database simulator because I like the way it meshes big boards from across the internet together to make their big board rather than just being one site's big board, which could be a little bit biased at times. And we'll be rejecting all trades coming through to keep it as realistic as possible with what these teams currently have. So pick 20 for the Denver Broncos is where they are up first, a team that made the playoffs with Bo Nix as their quarterback pretty surprisingly in their first year. With this first pick, getting more weapons for Bo Nix is going to be important. You know, you could take value here, go Jalen Walker, but I I kind of have slotted Colston Loveland to him. But if Tyler Warren's here, I think you have to take him. Gives him an answer at tight end, gives Bo Nix some more weapons. A very good football player that was versatile. That I think Sean Payton will love to find different ways to get him the football. So we'll go Tyler Warren, pretty good value there at pick 20. Now we move on to pick 51. They want me to take wide receivers or running backs. That definitely can help this offense even more, as their defense played pretty well last year. Have Marvin Mims as a deep threat. Might want to go a different direction if you're going to go wide receiver. I mean, I guess running back could be the answer too. I mean, they've been more running back by committee, so it's kind of hard for me to believe they would take running back unless like Ashton Jeanty falls to them in round one. I'll go Trey Harris. He's a bigger bodied wide receiver out of Ole Miss. A guy like I like Alec Eomanor a little bit better than him, but I think Trey Harris might be liked better by Sean Payton. Pretty good production, bigger, stronger receiver, has the ability to run after the catch a little bit. So we'll stick with that. And then you have a guy like Caleb Johnson fall to you here, and I think you might consider him at 85, a guy who can add to that rotation of backs. Could end up taking over the backfield if he really is productive. A guy who played really well at Iowa this last season and really broke out, and I think there's a chance he could be the lead back in Denver if that's the route they want to go. But it seems like they continually talk about wanting to use multiple running backs, and that is something they've been trying to focus on. Next pick up, the linebackers haven't been the best. Look at Demetrius Knight, the linebacker out of South Carolina. Here, I think he can be a guy who could develop into a starter there, which is something they need. You could take a linebacker earlier in the draft if the board falls that way. I wouldn't hate it to help this defense. It's already a very, very good defense, but getting a linebacker in the middle to kind of be a force could really, really help them moving forward. And then you go from pick 121 to pick 193 with some different options here. Now, you could go Lander Barton. His brother Cody's already a linebacker there, so that could be interesting. But after already taking a linebacker, pick 121, and maybe he falls to 193, then they have a feel good story and possibly someone who can play special teams. Already have the wide receiver, already have the running back. Let's go Mello Dotson at corner here. Riley Moss had kind of an up and down season. And I think getting another corner there could help. I don't know if he's going to develop into someone who can start, but if he does, that could be really, really helpful for this team. Later Barton's gone, so no brother storyline there. But let's go Riley Mills, the defensive lineman out of Notre Dame, a former edge rusher who moved inside to the interior. I think he could be a good player for them. As ability to rush the passer from the inside could be good. With the next pick 210. Let's go with Jake Majors, the interior offensive lineman from Texas, one of the best centers in the draft. Obviously, centers sometimes don't have the best value, getting him at 210, but I think they're going to want to improve the interior offensive line, at least the depth of it. So getting someone this late who has some value, I think, is really, really important for them. All right, so with this mock draft, we're going to go back through it real quick. Number 20, Tyler Warren. Do it all tight end for Penn State. Very versatile player. I think Sean Payton will love it if he falls to him at this pick at pick 20. 51, Trey Harris, a bigger bodied wide receiver. Can maybe change up the look of this wide receiver room a little bit. Number 85, Caleb Johnson from Iowa, the running back. Could help this rotation of running backs. Could be more of a guy who could take over eventually, but definitely can help in the regard of having a rotation of running backs that they seem to like to do last year. Demetrius Knight, the linebacker out of South Carolina. Melo Dotson, the corner out of Kansas, Riley Mills, the defensive lineman out of Notre Dame, and then Jake Majors, the center out of Texas. Let me know what you think of this mock draft down in the comments below. We'll be doing a mock draft for every NFL team as we get closer to the NFL draft. For now, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.